everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. So today's topic is Moon Ketu Synastry. How the Moon Ketu connection, the Moon South Node connection between two people will impact the strength and the future prospects of their relationship. So, what do you mean by the term synastry? Synastry means comparing horoscopes of two different people to understand their compatibility, how their connection will be influenced by the planetary placements. Well, how can you check synastry? Well, there are two methods. Number one, you have to look for common sign placements happening in the two different charts. Like, does one person have Venus in Aries? Person A is having Venus in Aries, then the other person is having Mars in Aries. So we will say that a Venus Mars synastry is happening in Aries. If this one person has Saturn in Cancer, then the other person has Moon in Cancer. So that's a Saturn Moon synastry. We can do this for the lunar nodes as well. Suppose one person have Rahu in Leo and the other person have Ketu in Leo. So it's a Rahu Ketu synastry. So this is how we will understand the connection between two charts. We have to see the common sign placements happening in the different two charts. The second method is one of my favorite one because sometimes we don't see much common sign placements in two charts. I have done a lot of compatibility readings where you cannot find enough common placements in the two charts. So what you will do, you will just superimpose these two charts. Keep the one chart over the another one and now look at the houses. There can be few planets which are overlapping in the first house, in the second house, or any house. Suppose on superimposing two charts, that the person A is having Moon in the second house and the person B is having Rahu in the second house. So this is how you can superimpose and understand the planetary connections happening between two people. Okay, so now let's talk about what happens when Moon Ketu synastry is happening between two different horoscopes. Well, let's take an example. Moon is in Leo for person A and Ketu is in Leo for person B. This is a Moon Ketu synastry happening between them. And how will it influence their life? Well, let me tell you how this connection works. So now let's look at the screen and understand how the Moon and the Ketu person works on an individual level. What do they think? What are their desires? And how their nature impacts the relationship. The Ketu person is a bit detached in the relationship. Like he or she never speaks about their feelings so openly. This person hesitates to speak about his or her needs or resist to be over emotional in the connection. Whereas the Moon person is more active, emotionally active in the bond. This person may talk a lot, this person might be outspoken, and sometimes the Moon person is also a complainer, like a crybaby. It's not on a negative side, but yes, this person talks a lot. Like the Moon person never hesitates to speak what he or she feels. So they cannot keep anything within their heart and mind. They will be very open in this relationship. They will constantly speak, and they may not like how the Ketu person is not being so open. So this is what's happening with respect to emotions. Then the Ketu person can be a bit rude in the relationship. Like this is a mechanism to protect one's own emotions, one's own heart in the relationship. Like they may feel that when they are too much involved in the relationship, they may get hurt. And they may give a lot of moral advice to the moon person. They may feel that the moon person is lacking in something. The moon person doesn't understand life in a great way. So they will always give some moral advice, wisdom, or teaching to the moon person. And the Ketu person also have a great fear of losing their grip on reality, losing their grip and stability in the connection. They always have a fear that they will drown in the ocean of moon because moon is ultimately water. So sometimes, though there is love, there is great respect, but there is a fear of losing one's own identity, losing one's emotional strength in the relationship. Whereas the moon person is someone who will give a lot of nourishment to the Ketu person. The moon person will take care of the Ketu person as a child. Even if the Ketu person is not demanding the care or any kind of security, but the moon person will always go back again and again to the Ketu person to give some kind of help, even if the help is not being demanded. Because moon person is so worried about the Ketu person, considering the Ketu person as like a small child who needs constant care, who needs to be nurtured and nourished, who needs to be protected. So, the Ketu person is giving a lot of knowledge to the moon person, and moon person is bringing a lot of nourishment and security for the Ketu person. And yeah, the moon person can say, I love you, I like you for like thousand times in a day, but Ketu person might say this very occasionally because Ketu person is very reluctant to express the emotions. They keep everything in their heart. The Ketu person may show great withdrawal after certain point of time. This person may withdraw from the relationship, or it could be the other way that whenever this connection is growing, this person will suddenly get disappear from this relationship. From time to time, this person may ghost the moon person or may stay absent from the scenario. So, even though the Ketu person is regularly withdrawing from this connection, but he or she may undergo sleepless nights thinking about what the moon person thinks, what the moon person is feeling about the Ketu person. On the other hand, the moon person, though he or she is giving great emotional support, but the moon person also wants that the Ketu person should be active towards this relationship. The Ketu person should always be present in this connection, and the moon person do seek great emotional support or simply wants to be heard by the Ketu person. She or he wants the Ketu person to listen to their life story, to their experiences, to their feelings, whatever they have in mind. And the moon person will also undergo great mood swings. So the Ketu person has a tendency to escape, though the connection may start with great intensity, but after some time, the Ketu person may try to escape. And when it comes to the moon person may get lethargic or very, drained because of the constant unpredictability in the connection, how the Ketu person is constantly escaping from their relationship. So, Moon tends to feel emotionally drained in this relationship at some point of time. So, definitely, the Moon Ketu synastry is about a connection where two people cannot, live without each other. Such an intense connection, which is so spiritual in nature. And on the other hand, this is a connection where there is a great possibility that the both people may hurt each other emotionally. so badly that it's difficult to move ahead from this connection. It's difficult to forget and forgive. So this is also a difficult aspect of this relationship. See, the moon person is very naive and innocent. The moon person, I'm not saying that the moon person is not intelligent at all, but this person has a lot to learn about how the world functions, how the relationship functions. Because I have told you in one of my past video that moon is about the inner desires. That's why moon has two sides, the dark side and the light side. And the dark side is about our very deep desires. So, this person may function as per the deepest desires, and then the Ketu person comes in bringing a lot of wisdom and teachings for the moon person so that the moon person gets more smart in how to deal with the world. And then the Ketu person struggles a lot with expressing his or her emotions. So Moon person helps the Ketu person to accept their emotions, to accept and express their emotions. So they can be free. They can speak out without any hesitation. So both the Ketu and the Moon person are liberating each other. They are helping each other to break an emotional pattern and move beyond that. So there is more of emotional liberation happening in this synastry. And the moon person will always be too dependent on the Ketu person for their needs. And the Ketu person will always be deeply connected to the moon person, though he or she cannot express what they seek, but they will be always worried about the moon person, how he or she is doing in life. So guys, that was a very short but a very important analysis for Ketu moon synastry, how this connection works, what does the each person thinks in this connection, and we'll do more planetary synastries in the future. So stay tuned and take care of yourself. Goodbye.